Ojewicz is Misha Naomi, and we are here with Tales of Nuzka. So we're in the drag files. Continuing on the drag files. So I was doing a bit of gender expression, gender playing. I had gone to a Q camp out in Vancouver randomly, and they had a little drag workshop there. So that helped me understand how to stipple some makeup and make the contours of the face and the difference here and there and some of the posturing and stuff like that. Then when I got into Edmonton, I started to organize, like I said, variety shows. Surly. I teamed up with a couple who were really great called Biff Tech and Jackie Twist, and we became the Dragons, and then we collaborated with a person who went by Johnny Question, and occasionally Johnny Question's partner, which I can't remember what he called himself at that time. And then we teamed up with a 2-part little burlesque troupe called Corrupt Creatures, who ended up going on, one of them went on to host variety shows in Calgary afterwards. So I used to get us gigs at like barbecues, and this one point I got us a gig at a Service Canada barbecue that they were holding for the youth drop-in center that I worked at. And I confirmed they had a CD player. I said we were going to do some drag. But then when Biff Tech and Jackie Twist showed up, they wouldn't let them anywhere near the CD player, and then I came out with my mustache on and everything, and they were like, "Whoa, what the?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, you said this." So we did a hilarious number from the Milo CD, Smell the Parade, called "You Said Our Love Would Set Us Free, But How Come It Burns Whenever I Pee." And it's a beautiful, hokey country song about STIs, which we had an issue with some of our youth with not using condoms and having an STI outbreak, so thought it was very appropriate and fitting. We moved into a lot of like fetish drag circles, and so we're doing a lot of fetish play. Jackie Twist and Biff Tech were really interested in trying things like smooshing and things like this, and it was really beautiful, hilarious. Half of it I didn't understand what it was, but I just say okay, because I really believe in stage as empowerment and expression as empowerment. So we had a lot of fun doing a lot of at that time, it was the beginning of Tom Hat's development, and Tom Hat is a man of many hats, and so it was this lots of gender fluid. You're not quite sure what you're seeing on stage, more quinging, I guess, but between a king to a queen play kind of stuff. So a little bit of reverse drag was what I was doing at that stage. And so it got us gigs at all these funny things, set up variety shows with musicians and comedians. And I learned really quickly, 1, you got to check out PA systems, you got to music check, and 2, you got to screen your humans beforehand, because I ended up having some racist comedians and some misogynistic comedian guitar playing boy. It's only 15, but it was all... Everybody was like, he's so funny. And then when I actually heard his songs when I had him at the show, I was like, that's misogynist, and that's not okay. So learned really quickly to screen all people before you put them on stage and on a roster. One of our last shows, though, was at a really beautiful sign a waiver. Oh, actually, I probably can't actually speak about this because I signed a waiver saying that I wouldn't speak about this. Any which way, it was a beautiful fetish event where you have to sign a waiver to come in, and did some dominatrix fetish drag, got beat up on stage by this hilarious dominatrix friend of mine, and did this funny little theater story narrative, because that's one of my favorite things to do, is to tell a story by using music and kind of create a drag musical that you lip sync to. So really, really beautiful. Then when I got to Victoria, I did a little number and got picked up by the drag bots. And in Edmonton, the most we'd ever made for a show there was 13 performers, and we made enough that I could pay everybody $13. So most shows I would buy us pitchers of beer and fries, because that's what we made enough from our door for our $5 shows if people even came, kind of thing. And usually we had good turnouts, but yeah, we wanted more accessibility, and then how the lineup was huge and it was long shows, so when the funds got divided, it wasn't much. When I got picked up by the drag bots and I did a number with them, I found this hilarious homemade CD from Victoria by Chris Lawson. I am more animal than man, and so I was doing these quirky, very strange numbers as this really quirky, weird little guy, and the drag bots were just like, "Whoa, who the hell is this guy? Like, bring him over here!" And at that stage, I was gluing on my stubble so that I would actually be able to give someone razor burn and look like I have good solid whiskers. These days, I'm too lazy. That's really hard to get off your face when you glue your whiskers to your face. But so I joined the drag bots and I got paid $30 for my one number, and I was blown away. But they seemed a little bit like Cat Got the Canary. And then once I got on with them and we were doing 2-hour shows, 21 numbers in a show, we'd make $100 each. So I understood later, like, oh, $30 for me was actually, like, they could have done better, but also whatever. So it was amazing to be embraced by the drag bots because they took care of everything. We had regular rehearsals, weekly rehearsals, and then up until dates, we would have more and more rehearsals before Pride and things like that. And we had a lot of fun goofing around. Yeah, they'd get a little perturbed because I wouldn't tell them if I was gonna like make a mess necessarily, and like last minute decide that I'm gonna eat a weird hamburger on stage to be the heart that someone's eating, Zoe XO, and things like that. So I got a little, but they loved me, and I usually got down to my underwear and did my thing, and there was some opposition at times about like what is drag and what is burlesque and like what is, but like, fuck it, Tom Hat's going down to his pants, that's what's happening, or going down to his ginch, that's what's happening, it's just gonna happen, probably, and I'll probably pretend that I'm taking it in the butt, and I'm a little gay man, that kind of thing. So they love me, and let me do my thing, so worked with them for a number of years, and collaborated with a variety of different people because I think drag as empowerment, stage as empowerment is insanely good for us. I also recommend like just playing with gender. Go for a walk. Put a fucking dinosaur tail on and go for a walk down the street and shake society up. Who says we can't have bunny ears on fucking Wednesday? Who says it's only Halloween that we get to dress up? Like, hell no. Play with expression, play with gender, be fluid, and be fucking weird. Wear a goddamn Peter Pan hat on fucking Wednesday. I do.